Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Eric Teichmiller and the Cursed Typewriter, with special thanks to Mike Spark and Valinrook, who both helped sponsor the series. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Phoenix Point, as we pick up right where we left off last time and prepare to lay siege to our very first Pandoran lair. I do have to warn you though, these missions are, well, they can definitely turn into a bit of a slog. The map's expansive, there's a ton of debris and cover everywhere, and enemy reinforcements are infinite until we track down the target we're here to destroy. I'd even go so far as to say it's actually more dangerous than the Pandoran Citadel, even though the Citadel is supposed to be the top-tier alien structure. Anyway, no point in putting it off. Let's go get this started. Now, obviously we're sending in our A-team. We're up against a lot of dangerous opponents here, so we need every advantage we can get. The real question is, who else is going in with them? This is a wider map, so we could use another sniper. And I guess we'll tag in Leroy. We might be able to capture something we need for our research. Alright, let's get in there. Okay, well, right off the bat, we've got a siren in sight. Psychic Scream, Acid Spray. No viral injectors, though. Ah, and we've got our first Terror Sentinel. Not much of a threat as long as we don't get close to it. But we do need to kill one for our research. We'll consider that a secondary objective. Oh, and this might be where our objective is. It's a little cheesy, but you can usually tell by simply mousing over these pits. If the cursor disappears, then you know something's there. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's in the back right corner, so let's hug the right edge of the map. We'll take out that sentinel and see if we can capture that siren. And with any luck, we can hopefully knock this out in less than 20 minutes. Best to knock it down now before more threats start showing up. Okay, that's a worm egg. We need that for research, too.
Repositioning. Here, shot. On the mark. Be right there.
Nice. I don't like leaving people out in the open, but we do actually have a lot of cover around us. Ah, Chiron. Worm launcher. Annoying, but certainly preferable to a goo launcher or bomber.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Nice hit. Ooh, I think that's actually...
Steel on target.
Okay, now, first things first, we know we've got some reinforcements coming, but they're too far away to really matter just yet. Which means we can focus on that siren. Oh yeah, she's definitely close enough. Alright, that's halfway there. Let's get Mike under cover. Oh, more Tritons with Gauss rifles. And another Chiron. Okay, let's pull back to a slightly safer spot. There we go. Siren is neutralized. We will need to reinforce that with an Eraser, but she's locked down for now. Let's get Valen up front. If we can get him close enough, he might be able to solo our objective in a single turn.
Using. Confirming target.
Let's knock out that egg.
Moving to coordinates. Threat eliminated.
Nice. Thank you, Eoftar.
Crunch time.
Now we need Alois, right in the middle of the squad. We need that aura to keep our will points up. Yeah, okay. Let's get our snipers up top. And Lunacity will keep our flank clear.
Aiming. Target down. Holding position.
And here come the worms. Alright, took a couple of light hits, and we've got some worms to clean up, but I think we're in pretty good shape here. And that is definitely our target.
Standing by.
Okay, well, the first thing we need to do is get those tritons out of the way. Let's reposition slightly.
Here we go.
Ooh, okay. Nice. Now we can have the rest of our guys clean up.
Here. Right there.
You know what? Let's not have Lunacity stray too far. Alright, now we need to deal with these worms. And, re-tase that siren. There we go. That gives us 16 turns to get this done. Let's bring Valen up a little farther. Like I said, we just want to get him within jump jet range of that objective.
Hostile.
That one's done, but we've still got 2 more to deal with.
Comms online.
And that worm seems to be stranded on a giant meat flower. Gross. Oh, I'm a little worried about this worm, though. If that thing drops down on us, we could be in trouble. Well, that didn't work.
We got him.
Oh, we can actually mind control this Arthron. Too expensive. Alright. Let's knock out the Arthron. And we have to prep for that worm. Let's see if we can tag it with some very localized Overwatch. Alright, let's see how this goes. More fishmen. Oh, nice. More worms. Oh, hey, I think the one on top of the tower exploded. Oh. Okay, well, we obviously need to get Mike patched, but he definitely gave worse than he got. I'm also not really sure what happened to that worm. Looks like it detonated prematurely. Not sure why, but I am certainly not complaining. Wow, Mike's actually still got a substantial amount of will points, despite his head wound. With Dash, I think we're just 2 turns out from our objective. I think we'll take the circuitous route. Oh, first things first. Let's clear a path. Yikes. Well, at least we got that pillar out of the way.
Identifying target.
We might actually be close enough. Ah, not quite. Alright, let's shuffle Valen a little closer. Maybe take out a Triton in the process. Oh. Not what I was going for, but you know what? That still helps. Yeah, let's start bringing our assault team around. This cliff actually gives us great cover from the rest of the map. look away, little fishy. You don't want to see what comes next. Ah, poor guy. Let's get Alois up with the rest of the assault squad. Lovely. Not quite close enough to cover Leroy, but that's fine. Alright, let's lay down some more cover fire.
Five by 5.
Ah, and we do still have that Triton hiding in that tunnel there. We'll just have Lunacity set up to intercept him when he pops his head out. Could finish off that Arthron instead, but I'm pretty sure he's about to bleed out. Yep, there he goes. Nice. Didn't kill him, but it did disrupt his action. Alright, now, I'm pretty sure we can wrap this up this turn, but let's double check here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this cliff will give us a perfect view. Oh, apparently Valin is now dazed, though I don't actually see the dazed marker on him. Not sure why that happened, but I guess we'll have to find something else for him to do. You know what, maybe they changed the way Adrenaline Rush works to prevent that sort of bunny hopping.
Zooming in.
Not a big deal. We've still got our assault team in range. Looks like we might need to knock out that wall, though. No, doesn't look like Valin can get a clear line of sight on it. Alright, we will just go around it. And there it is. Let's give it a love tap. Oh, wow. Yeah, we've definitely got this. In fact, since we know we can finish that thing off with one more hit, let's grab a couple of fireworms. I think we actually need those for research. Let's just make sure we can actually do this before we get carried away.
Comms online. Be right there.
Yeah, we're fine. Weird. That's fine, we'll just grab these two. And we're done. Let's wrap this up. Half an hour, 4 captives, and minor injuries. Not too shabby. Ah, right, and that also gives us rep across the board. Let's see what that gets us.
You'll be pleased to hear that you've received the blessing of the Shadowed Hierarch. What does that mean? Well, it's hard to say. He's a pretty elusive figure, but I know one thing about him. He doesn't care about dogma or symbolism. In some ways, he's a cynic, but that's why the Exalted keeps him around, because if he supports something, it's because he thinks it's going to benefit us. Oh, I almost forgot. The Hierarch also sends a gift. Accepting it has great symbolic value to our people. It means you've accepted his blessing.
Well, when you put it that way, I think we'll politely decline.
Well, he's not going to like that, but it's your choice. I hope you're not losing sight of the path.
Yeah, about that. We were never really on that path to begin with. Sorry.
The Phoenix Project has done a lot of good for New Jericho, protecting our havens and assisting us with our plans. So, in the spirit of mutual friendship and cooperation, I would like to offer you this gift.
Now that we will actually accept. We're still trying to impress New Jericho. Plus, it helps that they didn't imply that there were any strings attached.
I hope we can work together again soon. The plan is still far from complete, and I'm sure the Phoenix Project still has much to contribute.
Not bad. That also gives us a pretty good idea of what the disciples were offering us as well. Except they would have probably given us food and material. Alright, that takes care of the lair. I think our next step is to start prepping for that Sanhedrion mission. We're actually still in pretty good shape, but we might as well top off before we start heading towards Australia. Not bad. Alright, let's just chill out for a moment.
Research complete.
Arthron Vivisection. Summary. When kept in isolation, the Arthron's behavior seems to revert to the most basic animal functions. On the battlefield, they clearly rely on intelligent direction from some more intelligent Pandoran mutations. From what we can decipher, their language relates mostly to combat and killing, but mixed in with some strange references to an all-seeing entity. They are not independent beings, but are created by some kind of cloning process that constantly mutates in a similar manner to the RNA editing process first discovered in coleoid cephalopods. Language. Rudimentary, vocabulary estimated at 450 words. Interrogation. AI reproduction of language was not able to elicit any useful information, except references to a superior being. Countermeasures. Behavioral and physiological analysis will give our operatives an advantage in combating Arthrons in the field. No big shocks, but still interesting.
Have you ever thought about the ethics of our relationship with the Arthrons? We all say we're fighting to save humanity, but aren't they human, at least in part? They can speak, they can think.
Well, we don't really need to curry more favor with Sanhedrion right now, but yeah, I think I can agree with that. If there was a way to save them, we would do it.
So would I. After all, in a way, they are part of us. Our friends, our families, all those who were taken from us. I would take them back, if I could.
Can't really argue with that. Alright, just a little bit longer, and then we can start heading for Australia.
The disciples of Haven is under attack.
Kish. I think that's... yeah, that's the haven we actually attacked. Looks like they've got it under control. Okay. Scan's almost done, so let's get the Manticore 1 right into the center of Australia here. As for the Manticore 2, we'll have them start knocking out these nodes around Australia. We're really just out here for that Sanhedrion mission, so we're not going to be spending much time in Australia afterwards.
Sanhedrion, we are told, are working on ways to repel the mist. This, by itself, is not a sin. We do not condemn it, for the mist is a flood and brings life and death alike. They seek safety for their people, as do we.
Sure, but
if you push the flood away too far, you will die of stagnation. Sanhedrion has forgotten how to look beyond the flood, at the wide sea, at the future. Instead, they look inward, lost in a maze of reflections. What they offer is not salvation, but a trap.
That's, actually surprisingly relevant. I mean, it's still crazy, but he's not wrong about Sanhedrion. Alright, let's keep moving.
Scan complete. Research complete.
Pandoran goo. An analysis of the substance referred to as goo by our field team and laboratory scientists has found it to be a mutated form of the Colbacter crescentus bacterium. The bacterium has adhesive properties and thrives in wet spaces, although it does react negatively to oxygen. Experiments have shown that exposed to air, the substance dies in a matter of moments, rendering the goo harmless. Now that should have unlocked a new project. Yeah, the goo repeller, which apparently requires a goo chyron. Could have sworn we had one of those. We do. I guess that doesn't count for some reason. That feels like an oversight, but whatever. We'll keep an eye out for another one.
Construction complete.
It's an Adrian Haven. Let's get that new scan started. The swarms. Our operatives have set down near an abandoned farm. A quick search of the house and the grounds reveals that the place has been picked clean. There's a lot of flies around, some of them bigger than a human thumb. Our team is taking precautions. There's a large barn around 200 meters from the main buildings on the property. It might be worth investigating. Sure, why not? The closer our operatives get to the barn, the more agitated the flies become, swarming in spiral patterns and throwing themselves against our operatives. It's not dangerous at present, but it is exhausting. The barn contains a makeshift lab. One wall is covered by an enormous pulsating organism that seems to somehow control or affect the flies. Our operatives recover as much of the lab equipment as they can before getting out of there. That is weird. Really makes you wonder what happened here. Well, let's see what else we've got out here. Mushrooming. The Manticore 1 has encountered a Synedrion scientific expedition. Led by Dr. Robert Loudon, its purpose is to investigate a large field of mushroom-like growths that release a cloud of spores upon contact. It's unclear whether this represents a new vector for infection or something more harmless, but Synedrion would like to know. You know what? We would also like to know that. We will assist. After gathering more data with the help of our operatives, Dr. Loudon comes to the conclusion that the spores do not contain any traces of the Pandora virus. They are, however, highly poisonous and could render areas uninhabitable with alarming speed. As such, the only logical conclusion is to destroy all the growths and hope they're the only specimen. Well, that is somewhat alarming. But at least we got some research out of it. Still need another day for the siren vivisection, though. Hey, looks like we've got Phoenix Base number 4. Phoenix Foxtrot. Pretty sparsely equipped, but we could certainly use another uplink and fabrication plant. Oof, that took most of our material, but this might make a good farming station. We'll keep that in mind moving forward. For now, though, let's keep looking for more resources. Whoops. Memories. While exploring a seemingly unremarkable ruin, our operatives stumble across a book half hidden in a pile of rubble. An old copy of Olaf Stapledon's visionary novel, Star Maker. It is unusually well preserved. Further investigation reveals what appears to be a collapsed library. Sealed off under the rubble, the books have remained almost completely undamaged. While not useful in our war against the Pandora virus, these books represent a vital part of humanity's history. Would digging them out be worth it? You know what? I am going to say yes, absolutely. Anyone who's seen my library would understand. Digging out the books takes a surprisingly long time, but the bounty is rich, including the complete works of Doris Lessing, Robert Byron's The Road to Oxiana, and a worn copy of Arkady and Boris Strugatsky's The Final Circle of Paradise, long thought lost. Well, we're capped on gains with Sanhedrion, but at least that gave us a minor boost with New Jericho. Moving on. Nice. We are definitely making headway with New Jericho. Flowers for the dead. Our operatives have set down on the edge of a town abandoned and picked clean long ago. The nearest building appears to be a crematorium. The back room is piled up with bodies, as if people brought their dead to the place and just left them here. Pink, meaty flowers are growing from the mummified corpses, swaying even though there's no wind. Pretty creepy. Let's see what we can find. Looks like this is the only place that didn't get ransacked, probably because of the nauseating smell given off by the flowers, which is so intense it actually makes our operatives retch. Minor resource gain, but another hit to stamina. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Well, let's keep at it. Another basic Sanhedrion haven. Not much use to us.
Research complete.
Siren vivisection. Summary. We have detected powerful, unusual waveforms from the siren's brain, which can influence human thought, especially if the mind is in a weakened and receptive state. Complementary mutations, such as viral injection or psychic scream, are simply designed to make the victim's mind more vulnerable to total mind control. Lesser Pandoran mutations are effectively directed and controlled by sirens by the same mechanism. The next step is to isolate and analyze the part of the creature's brain responsible for this extraordinary ability. Language: none. Directs other Pandorans through telepathic transmissions. Lesser Pandorans can receive, but not transmit. Countermeasures: physiological tests have resulted in enhanced capability against sirens in the field, but as yet, no countermeasures for their mental powers. Extreme caution must be taken when encountering these creatures in the battlefield. You don't say. That might be a bit of an understatement. Alright, folks. Looks like we're past the 50-minute mark, so let's go ahead and hit the pause button for now, but we'll pick up here next time as we check out these new research projects and hopefully wrap up things in Australia. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Phoenix Point, You can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the official Discord server, the official Facebook page, the official Twitter feed, or the original crowdfunding campaign over on Fig. Links are in the description.